Looking for a little peace and quiet? Didn't think so.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, I go heavy metal on your ass. And why do I say that? Because I'm about to react to a video game trailer that has gameplay in it and also an additional bit of commentary from Fextra Life, that channel, regarding Mortal Shell 2. And speaking of mortal or immortal, I am also on a fast today. I've been on a fast since midnight to recharge my body and to bring my cholesterol down. So we'll wait and see how that goes. But something else that should be going is this lovely young lady right here who's distracted me with her boobs again. Listen, just go to the side, and after I finish reacting to this trailer, I will motorboat the living hell out of you. There we go, folks. Now the women are out of the way. Let's get on with this gameplay trailer for Mortal Shell 2.
YouTube's newest hero is here to save the day. His name, Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Here we go, folks. And by the way, if you want to know who this lovely young lady is, that's Tina Armstrong from, you know, that game.
You might be.
Dead or alive. Look at this. Dark, brooding, gothic. Holy shit. Oh, that guy.
They know naught of your nature.
That sounds like Galadriel.
Weapon, child.
Holy shit. They are not effing around here, are they? Holy crap, man. Jeez. I love that. I love that. God damn, man. There's a spider enemy coming up here, which I don't like.
Worship you until you fail.
A snail?
Then what?
You're no god.
That guy with the harpsichord reminds me of the merch dealer from Resident Evil. There it is, that spider enemy. Oh, God. And that's coming out this year, but we don't know the actual release date. There you go, wish list right now. That is great.
Back to me.
Yeah, sorry for cutting it off there, folks, but I saw a very good comment on here which says, they don't do trailers like this no more. That was sick. Look at that, just over 2,500 thumbs up. It is true, it's absolutely true. When do you get trailers like that? You had gameplay, you had cinematics, it was absolutely brutally fantastic. So if you want an idea of what it's doing on SteamDB, not bad actually. Again, 188 on the top wish lists, which is great. How can you even argue with that? I think the more that when an actual release date comes out, I think people will be a lot more excited about it, which I think is really, really fantastic in that respect. And yeah, I believe it's coming out on all platforms, which is really good. And look, let's have a look at Fexualized video quickly and then see what the man has to say right here. I've got to lean my head forward because my monitor's in a really weird position at the moment.
And kingdoms in my Souls-likes. Exploration was always a central part of Souls-likes, and judging from the footage we've seen in the trailer, we'll be getting a handful of different regions to explore, and I cannot wait to see what Cold Cemetery has in store for us this time around. Another point of interest to note is that they described the sequel as an open-world game, and at this point, we're not sure if this will truly be an open-world game or we'll be able to travel to different areas from the hub, Gamescom, which is just a little over a month and a half away. The first Mortal Shell game was built on Unreal Engine 4 and it looked amazing, and the sequel will be using Unreal Engine 5, which is known for its visual fidelity. If the visuals that we see in the trailer are any indication to go by, Mortal Shell 2 will look amazing, completely capturing the aesthetic of the first game and delivering a compelling dark fantasy world to experience with even better graphics. Although the trailer was not a pure gameplay trailer, but was directed and presented in a certain manner, it is evident that the footage that you're seeing is all in-game capture footage and not cinematics. The gameplay looked smooth and I did not see anything out of place. The visual feedback of hitting enemies and finishers and the attacks looked amazing, and the details of blood and goo spraying as you stab and maim enemies is spectacular. Also, it looks like Cold Cemetery is not trying to shy away from the gory effects, as well as we see a zombie get blown apart, completely cutting away his whole shoulder by a shotgun blast. In addition to the characters and combat animations, the locales and the environments look amazing as well, starting with the fog-covered swamp with ruins that just screams danger to what looks like snowy landscapes, abandoned castles, and tarry oil pits. The effects look amazing with reflections on the liquid surfaces with light rays coming in through the leaves of the tree. Although it's not been stated whether this game will be using all the latest bells and whistles of the Unreal Engine 5, such as nanites and lumens, you will undoubtedly need a powerful PC to run this game on.
I was just about to say that. So I was watching Nick Merckx last night, how he's got 2 gaming PCs made for him. The guy doesn't know anything about the workings of a PC, which I find hilarious for someone as prolific as he is. But he's got 5090 graphics cards, I should say, in each of those amazing power GPU PCs that were made for him. $5,000 each, but you're paying not just for you're paying more for the actual GPU itself and probably far less for the other parts of the actual gaming PC. But yeah, to run this game, I'm sure that a 40 series or 30 series, maybe even a 20 series could run Unreal Engine 5 games as such. So it's interesting what Fextra Life said here, that you need a powerful gaming PC. I think as long as you've got like a very good PCU, like over 600 watts, that's enough to really fire up your game. But then again, this whole demand about you got to get a powerful GPU, bro. I'm telling you, you don't need the most powerful one out there, because otherwise the prices will start to get even more ridiculous than they are now. And people are still using their Titan Day 1 or Edition 1 graphics cards that still run certain games today without any issues.
Max settings. Final thoughts. Cold Cemetery earned their place in the Souls-like world with the first Mortal Shell by not just successfully recreating a solid Souls experience, but also by putting their own fresh, unique take on the Souls formula, and I am more excited to see what we're getting from this studio, especially more Mortal Shell, with a full-blown sequel, since I'm confident they can improve upon what they already did with the first title. The biggest worry I have with this game is Unreal Engine 5, because it has notorious issues. However, improvements are constantly being made to the engine, and it is sort of a double-edged sword with mind-blowing fidelity. However, it does tend to suffer from performance issues, so we'll just have to see how that is as we get further into the development of this game. As of right now, we do not have a confirmed release date for the title, apart from the information that will be coming in 2026 on PS5, Xbox, and PC on Steam, but you can go sign up for the beta testing on their website now if you want, and we will give you more information on the release date as it becomes available. As we said in a review of the first Mortal Shell, Cold Cemetery has laid a solid foundation for the franchise.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much, Fextra Life. And that is a good point. So again, if this game, when it comes out, it might be buggy as hell because UE5 is at the moment unreliable. And I wonder if GTA 6 is using Unreal Engine 5. I think they're not. I think they're still with 4. I might be wrong about that. But honestly, when I saw the gameplay again, guys, I don't know how I missed this at Summer Gay Fest last year with Jeff Keighley, but you know what? Better late than never. I haven't done a review, or rather a reaction for this before, but it looks absolutely mental. So Ben Sahar, performed by Behemoth, the Nuclear Blast, courtesy of Believe. It's a good track, actually. I'll probably go and download that later on. As I'm giving my iPod playlist for my gym a real complete rehaul, I've actually downloaded Anthrax's discography a few days ago, so I'm going to whack that on, get some thrash metal going on in my workouts. But honestly, folks, I hope you enjoyed this little reaction today for Mortal Shell 2, and when you see the next video coming up after this one, you definitely will have a bit of a good giggle, because I'm thinking in my mind already what I'm going to say to that. gameplay. I haven't seen much of that other game from China I'm going to be reacting to. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video today, give it a like below. Look for the hype button along the underneath of this video. It's not actually clicking like and you see the hype. The hype button's already there by itself as a separate entity. And speaking of titties, I'll be motivating my lovely in a few minutes. But in the meantime, while I'm doing that and getting dizzy with delights, have a look at this video right here, and I will catch you all catching me for the return of the next video.
Kung Fu Hot Dog. Please kick him in the nuts.